Hi guys, welcome to another Pixel Gamer video. Scott is here today, that's me. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about Xbox Scorpio. So we've got some more news. It sounds very much like we're going to start to see some announcements, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the big console that I'm hoping to get this year. Of course, the Switch is past. That was the big console before now. So a lot of this news that I'm about to dish out to do with Scorpio, it's partly rumour, but at the same time it comes from a very, very reliable source in that WindowsCentral.com, who have probably got a hit rate of about 90% when it comes to facts and rumours and anything Xbox related that they tend to announce. So last week their journalist, Jez Gordon, he announced that there were certain games that Microsoft are looking to showcase to really showcase the power of Project Scorpio. Now those games that were mentioned initially in his article are Forza Motorsport 7, which is pretty much a given. It's a biannual title anyway, so that kind of makes sense that we're going to see in the next installment of that. And racing games historically have always been the best title to showcase any new hardware. Lightning, could well be lightning, rain, pretty sure there'll be weather effects in it. But the lighting and racing games tends to really bring to life the anti-aliasing and all that sort of fancy graphical stuff that you expect to see in any new console. So Forza Motorsport 7 looks like a bit of a given, and we could probably have guessed that well before now. So, but what the other juicy bit of information that came from this article, and I'll put it in the description down below, so while you're on your way to hit the like button, you can click the link and get it from the horse's mouth if you like. But the other big thing that was announced is that we're going to actually see some Red Dead Redemption 2 footage on the Xbox Scorpio. Now, that's really interesting, and if Microsoft pull that off and I've got that stage presence with that title, two things here. It's kind of unlikely that we're going to see Red Dead 2 appear in two separate installments at E3. So if Microsoft have got that at their E3 conference, that is a massive win. It heavily showcases that unit is going to be majorly beneficial to third parties. It looks like most third party titles are going to probably run better on Scorpio. It's going to have one of two things in it. It's going to have the equivalent to what Sony have in the PS4 Pro, which is boost mode. So any title that's got upscaling is going to benefit from it. I'll come back to that. But it's going to actually showcase that actually, regardless of the exclusivity deals that are going on in typically marketing. Red Dead was very much initially looked like it was going to be aligned to be a Sony title. If this is on Xbox at E3's conference and it looks great better on Scorpio, that is going to help shift a ton of units. And there's no doubt about it. So if that's in 4K, I really can't wait. The internet will blow up if that's the case. So that's really, really exciting. So we've got Red Dead Redemption 2. Other titles that are potentially going to show face, and again, this is all rumour, but it does seem like we're going to see Shadow of War. So again, Shadow of War was another title that's just recently been announced, and it says, look, this is going to be Scorpio, so that's the first title we heard that was Scorpio. Other titles as well that are potentially going to show up are Call of Duty. Now, if the next Call of Duty is going to show up on Microsoft's conference, this one I think personally is a total and utter stretch, because the exclusivity deal that Activision now have with Sony makes it unlikely that we're going to see that, or even Destiny to that matter, on the Xbox stage. However, if it was to be a small demo or part of a sizzle reel, there's nothing stopping either of those two games being shown on Microsoft stage, shown running on Scorpio. It just might not have any taglines that are better on Scorpio, etc., because then we get in the muddle of the whole thing that Sony have, and it says better on Pro and enhanced on Pro, whatever the wording is. It could get a bit murky in the water there. So again, this is really interesting dynamic that we're going to see playing out. Could we have two titles for the PS4 and Xbox One, if we want to call that a console cycle, have been heavily dominated and linked with Sony because of the market and the fact that the PS4 is more powerful than the Xbox One. I've seen that become the home of these titles, where both were very much originating from Xbox. So 360 era, very much Call of Duty. It had all the exclusivity on the DLC, etc. And Destiny being developed by Bungie, which of course made Halo. Then you can see there's a parallels there. So is that going to be enough to bring some of that audience back, give it more focus for Xbox? I think either way, it looks like a big boon. So if that game runs better on Scorpio, regardless of whether they show it on the stage or not, that's going to be hugely beneficial to Microsoft. A couple other things that did come out. I think we're getting close to some of the 6 teraflops in terms of the dev kits that are out there. So we're hearing a lot of stuff around specs starting to come out, which is really interesting. And there's potentially going to be a reveal this week. So this is the big thing. So a Scorpio reveal in terms of specifications end of next week. And some sources, depending on what you read, are saying that as maybe Thursday. So I'm recording this on Tuesday. That's 2 days to go. That's the specs. I don't think are going to be hugely exciting. I want to see something a bit more of a reveal. So I've got a feeling that, and I don't know anymore, I'm just going on a gut hunch that this spec reveal is going to be a confirmation of what's in the dev kit, and it's potentially going to be revealed by some sort of outlet, either a magazine, as a bit of an insight, which might well be going into magazine because it's going to go into print end of month towards next month into May, and I would prefer that to be the situation, because then if that is the situation, that would indicate that Microsoft are indeed prepping to do a pre-E3 event to reveal, announce, and give us a glimpse of what Scorpio is. And I think that is a far more powerful message to do, because if I'm Xbox and I'm Phil Spencer, I want to go do that, because I can then get hype early on, well before E3, a good month or two, so we're talking 8 weeks potentially, up to E3, where all the talk is about Scorpio. Everything needs to be Scorpio. There's no major big games coming out. I think we've got Prey on how it's maybe the biggest title. That's it. I might be wrong there, so apologies if I am. But I think Prey is probably the biggest one from Bethesda. I think if you look at everything else between, there's not a lot. And that means that we can be going into E3 with a pretty much a clear run. And potentially, consumers' minds, or hardcore gamers' minds certainly, every game you might want to buy then after that might want to be in Scorpio, because you know how much more powerful this thing is, and you've been sold on it really effectively. And that means that when it comes to E3, Microsoft will just double down on the Scorpio message that they gave you a month or so ago, and then go, oh yeah, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and here's some games, here's some games. Let's just hope that these games actually make it to see the light of day, because that is an area where, of course, we all know Microsoft is struggling a little bit on. So Xbox Pro specking out, looking like dev kit's getting close to 6 teraflops, which is great. Now that puts it against a 4.2 teraflop PlayStation 4 Pro. So we're 50% more powerful than the Pro, which is an impressive benchmark to have in terms of what they're looking for. Other sort of stuff, we've not seen the box, of course, yet. Maybe that will appear in this information that comes out at the end of this week, if we get it. That would be great. But word by Windows Central is that we're hearing that it's a compact design. It's got some advanced stuff in terms of the cooling, and small packages, lots of power. Microsoft are getting pretty good at that. Gone are the days of Red Ring of Death. You've got your tablets, your Surface tablets, etc., Surface Books. They're all really highly powerful devices and really small form factors. So that all bodes well. And also we've already heard that it's going to have an internal power supply. So that would sound very nice. Now, in terms of Windows Central, as I said, they're a really, really reputable source. It does look like this console is going to support VR as well, so it's definitely going to hit the true 4K benchmark. We've heard that numerous times. I'm just excited now. I just really want to find out what the hell this is. I think spec-wise we've had enough about 6 teraflops. I'm sold now. This thing's going to be the most powerful console ever made. Let's go with that. But I want to see this thing run in Battlefront 2, because I think EA are going to smash it out of the park with that one. And if we see that in Scorpio, Forza Motorsport 7, with Red Dead Redemption 2, Bungie and Destiny 2, and Shadow of War, I think this thing's got an absolute killer lineup. And that, guys, before we even get into talking about Crackdown 3, which is slated for this year, we've got State of Decay 2, which, in terms of concept and initial trailer we've seen, looks fantastic. I really like the look of that. And of course, we've got Sea of Thieves, which already does look like a really good game from the trailers and all the rest of it. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome year for Xbox S if they get this right. I think all the wrongs of the first half of this year, which has been stellar in terms of games, Microsoft has just been way off the pace. Halo Wars 2 hasn't delivered, etc. But that's maybe something for another video. But I thought I'd get this video out there to you, some Xbox Project Scorpio news, which I'm sure we're all aiming to grab. So guys, I'll finish us up there on that one. If you want to stick around for more content, then today, Tuesday, the 4th of April, our ukulele review will go up around about 4 o'clock, which this video might make it up before then. Please go watch in. Well, you can't watch it actually because there's an embargo until the 11th of April with videos, so you can't watch it, but you can certainly read about the review, and I'd encourage you to go and buy it probably after the 11th when you can, whether you've played it or not. It looks like it's going to be a good one. So Anyway, catch my review on that later. Hit the like button, hit subscribe for more videos. I know I've been a bit sporadic lately. A lot of things are happening outside of video game world, so maybe I'll share some more on that soon. I'll get some more videos up. But that's kind of where we are, guys. So thank you for hearing me rambling. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.